miserable.
Can you block at all?
Staff away. Nope.
Look at that, you're passively healing.
When I hold this button, I can block. But I have to put away my that.
Okay, what tier do you want to start at? You want to start at 8? I see we're starting early today.
Yeah, Harlem. They get points for that, Harlem.
Hello. Today we will be talking about WW1 Uniforms, and on your screen is the British one. So the most basic.
Which looked better and which worked better? Who knows? That's what we're gonna tell you.
10 out of 10. So I guess we'll start with the British because they're the obvious ones. Basically, the British during World War One had a khaki uniform right before the First World War.
Yes.
And they got
because they were involved in Africa and the like, and they realized, maybe being bright red isn't the best thing because you're very easily spottable from a distance.
Yep. And they
and they're like, maybe we should make it khaki, so they have to be slightly closer to tell that we're here.
Hey, you want to know where they got the idea from khaki from?
No, I do not.
India. So they had been using khaki in India, I think, since 1860, maybe 1840s, as like the standard dress over there, because it blended in much better with the mountains and the sand and all that shit. So that's when they started using khaki uniforms. But if you just go like from head to toe on them, they were actually pretty decent in the beginning. Now, okay. I don't know if anybody has tried. I don't know. Have you tried to wear? Have you tried any boots that are from like that era?
No, I never got my senior boots, so no.
Okay. Well, they're pretty bad. Okay. They're pretty god awful, and like
you feel like a cool guy when you walk in them. That's all I know.
Yeah, because they make that clacking sound. But because
the spurs.
Yeah. So the British went with ankle boots, right? So they barely went to your ankles. Why can't we shoot him down? We shot everything else down. Can't shoot him down. So yeah, they had ankle boots, and then they decided to go with putties. Okay, now putties are basically just cloth wrapped around your leg, okay, to give support. And the reason they did that was because boots expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. Boots are very expensive, especially leather boots. So they went with them, which I'll tell you from experience. Running, okay, like it's like running in dress shoes camp. Like, do you want to go marching in dress shoes? Like, yeah.
Well, I'll march in dress shoes. Running in.
I mean, actually marching in the woods with dress shoes, not like marching parade.
Well, preferably no.
Yeah. They're about equivalent, kind of. So they went with putties for their leg wear. Anyway, their trousers and their trousers. Get behind this rock on the left with me, but stay close because they'll snipe you. But their trousers and their actual tunics were actually pretty well designed with the pockets and everything. They were made out of wool, but again, this is Europe, so it's cold.
Wool is more common than cotton.
Yeah, and it's also cold, so it makes it
Yeah.
And then the picture on screen is actually the cavalry. So the cavalry had a bandolier. Apparently the infantry tried it for a bit, and they found out that having a fucking bandolier around you is not a very good idea. It's very good for cavalry. It's not very good for infantry, walking around, because you can't access it very quickly. So the cavalry had the bandolier, and infantry with webbing gear, which is basically all the shit on your belt, basically, more or less. And then they had this little peak cap, and it was wool. Everything was wool, obviously. He's coming around that corner. Good luck, Camp.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you need to move. You need to back up.
That's what I'm doing. I'm literally backing up almost the same speed as you.
I'm gonna launch torpedoes as soon as he comes here. We got first set of torpedoes away.
Oof.
They're all coming around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go forward and snipe the fucking other battleship. Keep working on that Bismarck.
I'm gonna die before you can figure it out because I'm.
Probably not. You can probably get him. Yeah, he's dead.
Are you kidding me?
I wanna ram him. Fuck it.
Wow. Oh, I was gonna say that did almost no damage, but that did a lot of damage. Yeah.
I'm gonna ram him because I almost killed two of them. I did 100,000 damage.
Damn.
Okay, so back
That's
on
how they
topic.
rank.
Yeah. So back on topic with the little peak thing. So, Cam, what will your overall score of the British uniform be? Like, just out of 10. Don't compare it to anything else. But like,
out of 10, not comparing it to any. Well, I mean, I can't. You can't ask me to rate it without like.
I mean, like generally,
Setting,
yeah.
like, are we?
On a, would you want to wear it? Like for World War I standards, would it be? Would you want to wear it? Because we haven't talked about the other uniforms yet.
Yes, but only because it's khaki.
Yeah, so pretty good.
Because if I look like if I'm going out to cut some barbed wire, and then they start shooting at me, I can just pretend that I'm dead, and then the mud and everything will cover me, and hopefully give me some,
Yeah. And some variation here. I'll let you know my opinion is it's actually a pretty good uniform. But I think the best one that the British had, which was actually the Anzac uniforms, and the reason they were like that was because the Anzacs basically had a big ass hat on top of their heads that covered them from the sun. As you can see on your screen, that little peak cap is not going to do much from the sun. So
we're talking about the cap or the helmet.
Because I'm talking about the Anzac. You know that the slouched hat the Australians have.
Yeah.
I said that's basically the best headgear you could possibly have in if you were in the Empire's army.
Well, if you don't have a helmet, then yes.
But we're talking about 1914 here, so
yes.
Yeah, and I would want that over
Yeah. So you're saying you'd want to be, if you did fight for them, you would want to be from Australia.
yeah, pretty much. Okay, yeah. What other ship?
Even though you would be the one who would typically be digging tunnels and stuff like that.
Now we gotta go bayonet charge people, bro. Ready? You're Florida. Okay, so next uniform will be. Let's see. I will pull up next uniform. Next uniform will be German, and let me make this actually big. There we go. Okay, so German uniform. Straight off the bat, we'll start at the boots. They have full boots, right? It goes all the way up to basically your lower knee, almost your lower knee.
Yeah.
Destroy everything.
Okay, maybe want to mute yourself. So they go up to your lower knee, and then they have a. This one doesn't do a very good color thing, but basically it's a gray kind of uniform. Okay, and you can see that they have the belt bandoliers around them, and then they also have this little helmet called a Pickelhaube. Okay, this Pickelhaube is still in use, and it was in use from the
Fun
Franco-Prussian
fact:
War.
they were made out of leather,
Yes, they were.
which
Begin-
means protection. They're meant to look good.
Yep. And
Oh.
the button use. So basically, it's a pretty good-ish uniform for the Central Continent. Overall, pretty decent. The really thing I like about this that stands out for me is the full leather boots. Germany is one of these countries that has an obsession with equipping their soldiers with tall leather boots. Okay, they did it in 1, and they did it in 2. Now, they couldn't keep this up, okay, because eventually they also went to putties like everyone else. But at the start of the war, they had leather tall boots.
Yeah, well, probably because they had a lot of cattle and that sort of stuff
I guess, but mainly
at the time. I wouldn't think that they would say yes, everyone leather boots. But we have no leather, so we're gonna buy that from other people.
Now, this is something that happens because I did research on this a lot. It's basically Russia and Germany were meant to they built their forces up to fight on the continent. Can't might want to mute yourself again. They built themselves up on the continent, okay? And when you're on the continent, having tall leather boots for the winter is ideal. France, Britain were both colonial powers. Now, ankle boots with putties on them are very good in colonial warfare because it's hot, right? A certain leather, like just having a full leather boot, is not ideal in very hot weather, but it is ideal for continental Europe.
Yeah. Why are you turning? What's this? Should tell me when you're turning.
I'm turning
Okay.
even more. I'm going for those little islands on the right.
Gotcha.
And yes, so German uniform. Pretty good. Out of a rating, I would rate it pretty high. If I was gonna rate them already, like just on a scale of like what uniforms I think that would be better, I would do the Anzac Australian at 1, and then this one's slightly below that one. I don't know about you, Cam. So
I would still go with the British only because of the leather boots. I don't know. Okay. Yes, it offers you better protection in the trenches, I guess. But at the same time, like I feel like because it was known that the British had worse trenches and the French had worse trenches than the Germans. Germans had better trenches. I feel like it's more cost effective to do the garter thing. So I feel like the Germans should have had garters and the English had like boots and the French had boots, considering theirs were like worse.
So the Americans, they started with garters, okay? Like those garters like you use, whatever. They started them from Pancho Villa. They quickly realized that they're pieces of shit because what happens is the top are open and they let water in, like pretty badly. And so all the American guys started to switch over to putties. That's how bad it was. And they just told them they're basically fucking useless. But yeah, keep going. You said English, so English is still above the fucking German?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because it's also more cost effective, and if you're equipping millions of guys with these, I feel like, okay, would I want to wear them? No, but oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh!
You need to start like memorizing that torpedoes are always coming at you. You need to be paranoid. So yeah, German uniform. I will pull up the next uniform in a minute.
But I would say that if for wearing, probably the Germans, but for like if I'm the logistics guy, Garters.
Yeah. It's just like the same thing, camp. So all the officers had leather boots. All of them. Every single country had full-on leather boots for their officers. But, you know, the poor enlisted, you know, you get whatever I tell you you get. Engage the Surrey.
You say that right as I fired off at the Nagato.
Well, just reload and help in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know, the two viewers that we, or one viewer that we have, you know, you can have your input. Depends on which country you think is better. Oh, wow, I'm taking fire from Richelieu, too. Ooh, ooh.
We're shot. Shoot them down! Shoot them down!
You still good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, relatively good. I am missing like about half my health. I cannot see the Surrey anymore, so you want me to fire on someone else?
Fire on the Richelieu. There's the Surrey.
Right as I fire.
I'm gonna try and get close, but we need to kill the Surrey. I'm not worried about the Nagato, I'm more worried about that Surrey.
Sure.
I'm about to start taking fire from every single side on me. Like, there's gonna be 3 shooting at me.
No, I'm here.
They're still all shooting at me. And the carrier. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to eat those torpedoes. I can't turn much more. Yeah, huh? Ooh, I see that, yeah. Actually, trying to win. I can finish him off, but I'm dead.
Wait, I can.
Nope, I'm dead. Never mind, couldn't even do it.
Got it. Got
No.
the Surrey.
Now I just had to deal with 2 battleships.
Yeah.
Just take on the Richelieu. Okay, now we'll pull up the Russian uniform, I think. Okay, the Russian uniform, you know, the Imperial one. So, basically, theirs is kind of similar to Germany's, except theirs is green, and they also have tall leather boots. And this is a common trend. German soldiers on the Eastern Front would take boots off the Russian soldiers and put them on their feet, okay? And they were also the most prized possession of these Russian soldiers because, I mean, they didn't really have shit. Let's be honest.
They
here.
didn't have anything.
They're basically just a bunch of serfs with guns, okay?
You want something? Yeah, you can pay for it in like 20 years.
Yeah, so it was, their boots were the most valuable thing, right? They have a decent uniform. It's wool, obviously. Again, hot, but keeps you kind of cold. That's their original cap. They also had a Ushanka, I think, and you all know what that is. It's that Russian fur cap thing that goes around your head and protects you. So Russia was very, very good at cold stuff. You know, when they had food half the time and not, you know, starving to death or had ammo or enter any number of things wrong with them. And yeah, so there, and they had the Mosin Nagant, but I'm not here about bolt action rifles. I'm here about war uniforms. So, I would rate it a third place for me. So Anzac, German, and then this. Again, the boots are very nice. You know, don't want to have fucking ankle boots in the winter in Russia, which some Germans did because putties by that time. So also the Russians didn't have socks. They had to wrap cloth around them. Damn, Cam, you really are just letting him hit you on the side continuously.
Yeah, I'm getting hammered, my guy, by the aircraft carrier.
You're not even dodging. You're making it easy for him, that guy. He's able to get all of his torpedoes. He's able to get all of his rockets. He's going to come back at you with bombs again.
He didn't hit me with all his torpedoes.
I hit you with 3 of them.
He hit me with 2 of them.
I saw 3 hit. But, yeah.
I saw 2 hit.
You're on fire.
Yeah, that's because he just rocketed me.
No, don't worry. He's coming back, buddy. He's going to finish you off. So while we watch Camp die, Russian uniform. What do you think? Out of the 3 uniforms we've done, where would you put it?
Are we okay? We're talking fully fledged Russian uniform, correct?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, I'd rate it about the same as the British.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah. But that's like assuming you have all the pieces.
And not just like some socks.
Yeah, not just some socks and a shirt.
All right, yeah. All right, so that's the Russian uniform. Surprisingly, they were able to actually get this uniform out to the beginning of the troops in the war, at least for the first part. Afterwards, that's a different story. Okay, we'll talk about no, these are Austrians. Okay, we'll talk about the Austrians, and I'll go find the French photo. We'll go find a French photo right now. So, the Austrian uniform, basically blue, and it had a tall collar. And I don't know if you know how, like, I don't think I've actually ever worn a collar that high. Cam, have you ever worn, like, a collar that goes all the way up to, like, your chin?
That goes all the way up to my chin?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me either.
Because I have a long neck.
Yeah, but these things go all, like, they're not like on your collarbone. They go all the way up around your neck the entire way. So
kind of seems like a hindrance.
yeah, you would think, right? Austria-Hungary didn't think so. So yeah, and they also had a oh god, we're just gonna oversimplify the Austrians and say they had blue, okay? Because there was 3 armies. There was the Austrian army, the Landswehr, the Hungarian army did their own thing, and then you had the Common Army, which was basically the Royal Army. I'm talking about that one. The one that was underfunded and basically had everybody speaking a different language.
Yeah.
The Austrian uniform isn't bad. It's not great. It's blue. They wear putties. And they have the actual cap, though, from World War II, which all the German guys liked. In World War II that they, wore again. They adopted it again. Later in, I think, 43. It's basically just, fuck, Camp, you've worn them. I've worn them. The fucking, what are they called? Like the cap we had in ROTC. The fucking, whatever it is. Anyway, they had a field cap that they wore. It had a front decent visor and was pretty good. Would I want to wear the Austrian uniform? Not particularly, but because it has a good-ish cap, I'll rank it 4. So it's pretty low.
Yeah, no, I would put it in the same thing as the Russians.
Yep.
Like same. Huh. Maybe the uniforms is the thing that really started because
BF1, the Austrians wore gray. They wish they wore gray. Well, they kind of have a gray uniform. It's weird, right? So
some of them had gray uniforms.
Yeah, no. So some of them did. It depends on the dye, right? Some were blue. Some turned out gray. Some turned out whatever color that went in there. But yeah, It wasn't the light blue like the French. Which
Let's just say that the uniform that the Austro-Hungarians had was a reflection on how things were going in their country
at that time, yeah,
which was not well.
no, it was not well.
Although, oh, okay, hold on. I know we're specifically talking about uniforms, but I do want to say the Hungarians got straight screwed in that war because they didn't want to go to war in the first place. It was the Austrians who wanted to go to war. And then at the end, Austria had like 50% of its country stripped away. Hungary had 75% of its country stripped away.
Yeah, and they went to war for it again, and they got actually dick fucked. So
Yeah.
Not really a wonder they decided to join the Axis in World War II.
Yeah.
wasn't a hard decision for them.
No.
But yeah. Romania got dummy thick though. Romania got dummy
because
thick.
Romania came in on our side and got squashed, but because of their gumption, they're like, you know what? You can have a bunch of territory. You won technically, even though you lost.
Lost everything. Yeah.
You lost everything, but you won. So we're gonna give you a whole bunch of stuff.
Good luck, camp. So yeah. Now to the French uniform. I'm going to start with the 1914 uniform because I'm fairly familiar with this uniform. Now, to be fair, they had some French guys had ankle boots, okay, with putties. Some had actual like mid-length leather boots. They're not that bad, right? Especially for marching, they weren't that bad. The problem was they had a great coat that was blue, and they had red pants, and they had a red kepi, and the rifle was extremely fucking long.
They didn't hear that camouflage was the way of the future. They're like, yes, we will show off our fine colors, and they will run away screaming,
Yeah, you want to know why they were red? Oh, you know why why the uniform camp was red, white, and blue?
Almost like that was their flag.
You want to know what's even funnier is you want to know the reason they stopped wearing the uniform, like one of the primary ones.
Why?
It's
because enough red dye.
Yeah, the red dye came from Germany.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, oh well, we can't wear
them. I am ashamed to report that we can no longer have the red pants because of this war. Oh no, John! What would we ever do? We need our red pants.
Yeah, so then they're like, oh shit, that was actually one of the main reasons. Not the fact that they were all getting shit on, but that also helped. Changed the damn uniform, and they basically did just the great coat, so it ended up blue, right? It's light blue. Again, I wouldn't want to wear the goddamn thing. Like the French have some of. Okay, let's see. By the time it's like mid-war, okay, they're the first ones to get helmets. Okay, that's a plus, right? It was a shit helmet, but it was a helmet nonetheless. They had.
It wasn't. It was more protective than the British one.
Yeah, kind of. It had a major design flaw. So you want to know, like the emblem on the front of the helmet was like a massive weak point in the whole thing. So if anything went there, you'd instantly die. Any shrapnel because it was like hollowed out and drilled. But besides the point, at least they had one. They had those little ankle boots. They had their putties. They were wearing a bright light blue uniform. And man, the damn trenches aren't light blue, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, where would you rate... Okay, here. I want you to give 2 ratings. Where would you rate when they went to war with that uniform, and then like the mid-war one, which was just light blue?
I would obviously rate the mid-war one a lot higher. Oh, hi, Destroyer. I see you.
Destroy the DD spotted. Oh, I hit him. I hit him twice.
Damn it.
And then I would rate the French uniform, the first version, very bad. Like, okay. You can't even, they can't even have the argument of saying, oh, we didn't fucking know it would be this bad, right? No, they knew. They knew exactly what the hell was about to happen, okay? Remember, the Italo-Turkish War ended in 1912, okay? right? Then they had all of the Balkan Wars, okay? And if they didn't learn from any of that, they could have learned from the Russo-Japanese War. But again, no. So it is really their fucking fault that happened. It's not like, we didn't know. Because they had advisors. Yeah. They had literally advisors in every single one of these conflicts, so...
Yeah.
It really was their fucking fault that they ended up with that damn uniform. Okay, let's see. Next uniform. I think we'll do Doughboys.
Ooh.
Are you dead? No?
No. It's just everyone's firing at me. I
see. I'm gonna wait around this corner, because I don't want to get shit on.
Why, you fool?
So now, the Doughboy uniform. Me and Kim know a lot more about this one because we're American. Whoa, oh my god!
Oh my goodness. Who would have known?
Who would have known? Alright.
Who would have thunk it?
So, I don't know if do you actually know a lot about the Pancho Villa expedition or not?
About the what?
The Pancho Villa expedition?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, you can talk about the pre-war bullshit, right? Like, you were talking to me about the Spanish...
Yeah.
So I'll let you take that side of it. Oop, I want to try and kill... Yeah, I got him. No, I don't got him. Wow.
I do know that, I don't know much about the Spanish-American War other than that we fucked up Spain. There was an instance where we showed up to a Spanish island in the Pacific, and they were like, we wish, because their communications were so bad, they were like, we would salute you with, because it was customary to salute a passing ship with, from a fort with a salute from the guns.
Uh-huh.
They're like, we would offer you a salute, but we have no ammo to actually do it with. And the Americans were like, oh, you have no ammo, you say. Okay, we claim this island in the name of America.
In the name of imperialism, I mean democracy.
Have you not heard? We are at war, my friend.
Yeah, so...
But anyway.
Yeah. So, the Americans, the first World War uniform we went to was actually not that bad. Because remember, we went to war in 1917. So, of course we didn't have helmets, because, what sissy wears a helmet, obviously.
Yeah.
Clearly, we American boys, we don't do that. So we went to war with a campaign hat. It was very good for keeping the sun out of your eyes.
Yeah, no, we actually wore it in the Corps of Cadets, actually.
Yeah, the Philippines.
That was our watching caps.
Really?
Well, there was this thing where you had to your outfit had to like go to the guard room, quote unquote, because we have this thing on campus where if you can call the hotline and we'll be like, oh yeah, we'll send someone to like escort you, like for people who are like drunk or like women or stuff like that, right?
Literally pulling watch.
And we would sit in this room. You would have like a shift, so you would have like a 2-hour, 3-hour shift, and it ran from 8 in the evening to 8 in the morning, so it was a 12-hour thing. And
I just want to know where the fuck you're supposed to get your degree in the Corps of Cadets.
Wait. How you get your degree in the Corps of Cadets?
Yeah, if you're doing all this shit all the fucking time.
It's very hard.
If you're doing this shit all the fucking time. Yeah, how about the actual degree? Oh, you don't need to know that? I understand. Admiral Kuzetsa, final ability.
man.
Oh, I got him. I actually got him. I'm dead now, but I got him. Ooh.
Yeah, why do you think I've been running away?
I actually got him.
that battleship that's shooting at you has a secondary build. So keep that in mind. Because he was 9 kilometers away from me and he was hitting me with his secondary batteries. So good luck with that.
Oh, there's a fucking Fiji too. Fire. Yeah, I died. Okay.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so apparently interesting.
Uh-oh.
The Corps Cadets wears the little damn campaign hat. Oh, you didn't get magazined at least.
Yeah.
Where are those bombs gonna drop? That's a miss. That's a miss. Well, that one actually gonna hit. Little bit. Yeah. So yeah, the USA went to war in a green uniform. We had Gators instead of Putties, and as I told you guys, the Gators turned out to be pieces of shit in trenches that were full of mud and water, and they just let the water into your boot, and you got trench foot. So the American guys were like, fuck that shit, and so they started to wrap themselves with Putties until we got green ones, and the boots relatively stay the same. Our uniforms were wool, pretty much. Maybe got khaki at the very end.
Fucked me up and dogged on me 12.5 times. Yeah. Beat his ass.
And then we had the gas mask, and we got our helmet afterwards in like 1917 late, and then 1918. But yeah, so that's a Doughboy. Pretty good uniform. I would rate it near the British one, especially the American officer one, because that one actually does look really good. But, you know. And so I would rate that one just below the Anzac one. But yeah.
Oh. I see. It is just me. I did not realize that. I'm like the only one on our team right now.
Die with honor. As you fire AP at him. And do literally no damage.
Yeah.
Quick, kill the Dutch.
Ooh, I'm gonna hit him with a lot of those bombs.
And you're dead.
Oh, I only hit him. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, well, I got 51,000 damage though.
Well, I got 63, so not that bad.
Yeah.
Back to tier 7. So where would you rate the American uniform? And then we'll finish with that.
The best. It was the best uniform.
Clearly the best. We have no bias here.
Clearly the best.
It's clearly the best.
I mean, now the main key difference between the American uniform and the rest of the uniforms was the fight. Most of the fighting had already happened by the time we came in, so we're like, we'll design ours smartly.
Well, yeah. And then when you actually get into the fighting, so that's the end of the uniform section, guys. You know, I'm gonna take that picture off now because we're done with uniforms.
We can talk about the Ottomans, though, right?
We did talk about the Ottomans. Basically, theirs was I was tan, and half the time it was okay. It was bad. Because half the time they couldn't even like fully field it because, you know, Ottoman Empire dying.
Yeah, they were also not doing great.
Yeah. It was decent. That's all I really got on that. And then the Italians was decent too. Again, the Italians really just like kind of copying the Austrians or like the French. It's very funny. It's like everyone started to wear putties, basically. At the very, very end of the war, everyone started to wear putties, basically, because, you know, can't afford anything. Again, the Italians don't really get much, because, again, they kept throwing their men in a mountain, and then the mountain kept killing them, so they just didn't learn that. And then the Ottomans, basically, they won once in Mesopotamia against the British, and the rest of the time they got their ass kicked. And they also won in Gallipoli, so...
They did win in Gallipoli, yes, because while their heyday of beating up the Christian was clearly over, they still had a little bit of fight left in them.
Yeah. So they won in Mesopotamia against the Indians because the British were stupid, and then they won in Gallipoli, and then the rest of the war they just kept getting their ass kicked. So. Now that ends the uniform section. I'm going to talk about anything else.
The Americans, so initially they were like, blue uniforms? Nah, we need camouflage. And then they went for, it was khaki, but it was also green.
Yeah.
It was like khaki green. So we were distinct from the British in that regard. But it was also a little bit better camouflage at the same time, quote unquote, because I mean the ground isn't just brown; it's also a little bit of green.
A little bit of dark. Yeah, Duper says Italians during the 33rd Battle of Azanzo will try attacking the center again. They won't expect it. Yeah, basically that's the Italian front. If you
the Italians. They were the Allies, Austria-Hungary, which is good because they were going against the actual Austria-Hungary. So it was just nothing. It was
nothing productive.
It was
getting
a
done.
giant. It was like a little push here, a little push there, a little push here, a little push there. Fall back here, fall back here, fall back there.
Yeah. You want to know something funny? When Erwin Rommel went down there for that last attack the Germans sent, they almost fucking broke the Italians. Almost. But the only reason they didn't was because Germany wasn't a priority sector because they were about to do the Kaiserschlacht, which was the last offensive in Europe for like the Western Front.
Yeah.
So they just sent like some random Germans down there. Yeah, so they sent some random Germans down there in 1918, and they fucking kicked their asshole. Yeah, it's some crazy. Like Rommel made like 2,000 men. I think it's 1,000 men surrender to him with a company of 150 people.
Yeah. Well, it goes into that adage. Italians led by Italians are terrible. Italians led by literally anyone else. It could be anyone. It could be any nationality. Well, maybe not French.
Maybe not French. The French get a bad rep, but they actually were pretty good fighting. Especially at fucking Verdun, that fucking meat grinder that was.
Yeah. I dodged the torpedoes.
Probably because I saw them first.
Well, like, I saw you dodge them. And I was like, I should probably do similar things.
Time to take evasive action. Destroyer. Oh, they knocked out my turret. Yeah, the French army does actually get a bad rap for one. But they actually were... Okay.
They did hold the line.
Yeah,
they weren't shit.
Yeah, they weren't shit, okay, but we need to specify, okay? Again, there was a misconception in the beginning, right? Because... let's put it this way. The French soldiers weren't bad, okay? Some of their officers were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Well, but that's basically every nation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Their generals were like, yes, we want to go back to the Napoleon times. But it wasn't like that at all because they had actual bolt action rifles, and fucking
bolt action rifles, fucking shit on people. But yeah, the French really do get a bad rep for one. They suffered. God, I think they took 25% casualties.
Oh. Okay, we're good.
There's a destroyer to your front.
I was like, oh, there's a lot.
There they are. I told you, baby.
Good thing none of them are gonna hit me.
Oh, look at that.
Because I slowed down.
There is a destroyer. I need that fucking man to get up there. The French were pure strength, no int build. They can.
Well, they were okay. The French doctrine at the beginning of the war was if our guys believe in themselves hard enough, we'll win the day purely based off of morale.
Pretty much.
Which I mean, on paper, sounds good because it has worked before, but you, it's like a handful of times in history where that's worked, right?
Yeah.
And well, I mean, I bet if cavemen went "Hoo, hoo, hoo," like in unison together, it would scare the other cavemen. But but oh, look at you, Mister. Oh, I dodge all the torpedoes, guy.
Yeah, because there's a fucking destroyer.
eating.
There's a
You just ate
destroyer over there.
2 torpedoes. I thought you were the best at dodging. Well, what's up with that?
Well, now I know where he is, and I'm gonna fucking
Oh.
yell at this fucking destroyer to fucking move up. I need you to fucking do your job, destroyer, and fucking clear the way. The French were pure strength, no int build. They can outright fight any army, but their officers in high command will always be choose the worst options available. Yeah, pretty much. They started to get some good ones like Patain, you know, and then the guy that
They got ones who actually understood. Hey, this is a different war. We should do different things.
Yeah, eventually. Cam, I'm gonna die. Wow,
I just citadeled him. So hopefully you won't die.
No, I'm gonna die because our fucking destroyer is a piece of shit. There's a destroyer in front of us. He's gonna keep torping you until you die. Unless that destroyer gets the fuck over here and does his job. Which I don't see him doing, so...
Yeah.
There's the destroyer camp.
Hopefully the cruiser can do his job, though.
Okay, that one is down. I'm gonna die either way. I'm gonna try and take him out. There's the fucking torpedoes. There we go.
I got him.
Double down.
Ooh, go!
How
Got
did you
him.
not see that, dude? It literally passed off my bow.
Well, I wasn't really looking at you.
Clearly not. All right.
Because you said you were gonna die, so I was like, oh, I don't need to look over there. It's okay, don't worry about it. I only took half my health.
Only half your health.
And we completely won this side, too, so... You know what? I'm gonna go kill the aircraft carrier. It's right here.
What is he doing? He is just sitting there. Shoot him down! Shoot him down! Why are you fighting at close range with a fat battleship? Okay, so if you're talking to me, this battleship is a CQB battleship because it has fucking torpedoes.
Yeah.
Camp, on the other hand, I don't know.
I'm big boy battleship. I'm his support. If guys are harassing him, then I just show up and I'm like, hey, what's up? I see you're picking on my little bro here.
That's why he's doing that. Not any build, but it's just. Yeah. I haven't actually.
I am
built
gonna
for
try
secondary.
eventually go for a secondary build, but
Yeah.
but
There we go.
for the moment, no. I don't have that. Look at that. How many ships have you blown up already?
2 is what it says.
2. I've also blown up 2.
Good. Now we have to cap and then we win. Easy fit.
Yep.
Were there any widespread soldier modifications to field uniforms? Trying boots, clothes?
Yes, and that was in the form of helmets. They're like, okay, here's an interesting fact about helmets, right? At least for the British helmets, right? So the British, right? They released their helmets, and they're like, okay, we'll put them in, or the guy who was like in charge of like the general in charge of like equipping everyone with the helmets. He's like, okay, we're gonna put them out for 6 months. and then we're gonna get all these results back, and we'll see if they work. Right? We'll try anything at this point. And they so 6 months went by, and what ended up happening was, oh shit, I just citadeled that cruiser. Anyway, they get the results back, and they're like, injuries have gone up by 75% since we introduced those helmets. And they're like, they were considering taking them out because they're like, obviously something is happening where our guys are getting more injured, which would have been a blunder because the reason why people were getting so much injured was because they weren't dying. They were just getting wounded, which they were like, oh, those are casualties, but a wounded guy is better than a dead guy.
Yeah, and I've read that same report. The reason they were fucking with that was because the KIA didn't show up on the report at all, and the wounded did, and then you just see a massive amount of wounded number going up, right? Because they don't have the they don't have the dead number. They just have the wounded number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, were there any widespread modifications of field uniforms? Trying boots, clothes, stuffing newspaper, something in the pockets to restrict against bayonets. Okay. So
I mean, there must have been. I mean,
no. So here's the thing. Okay. It's just like the same thing of people trying to modify rifles. Like, you know how like they have people wouldn't say they modified the rifles and shit. They didn't. The reason is because the rifle was more valuable than the soldier. In pretty much every case. Remember, this is not modern thinking. This is back then. Modifying a rifle could get you it could get you court-martialed. I don't know if it gets you shot, but definitely gets you fucking court-martialed, which is not
because it is a valuable piece of military hardware.
Yeah, and that piece of equipment is more valuable than your ass. As the Japanese famous saying was, like, it only costs, like I think it was like 50 cents in total. Like what is it? Like 3 yen, to recruit a soldier, because you just have to mail them the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the rifle costs more, right? So, yeah. But modifications to uniforms, I could see it. Not extensively, though. So, even today in the United States military, if they tell you to fucking wear your sleeves down, you don't have a choice. Your fucking sleeves are down, right? There's not as much variation as variation as you think. There wasn't any special forces back then, so you did whatever your officer told you. Oh yeah,
special forces didn't really. I mean, I guess they were a thing with the SAS, but they didn't really become a thing until after World War II.
Yep.
Or like right at the end, they were like, okay, we need special forces.
And even then, remember, their special forces didn't do what they did today at all, right?
Yeah, no, they were like the Dutch had special forces, but they were meant for fighting in Indonesia against the people who were rebelling against them.
Yeah. So yeah, modifications that I do know of. I
mean,
I do know German guys took off the Russian boots and wore them in the Eastern Front. If they had the ankle boots, they would take them off and fucking put them on their feet because they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So that stuff probably happened. Again, but you're not taking major uniform pieces because you're more likely to get fucking shot by your own side than anything else. They tested armor.
They did test armor, and I believe in Italy they used it a little bit, but it was one of those things where it worked, but you were so slow moving in it that it was like, well, what's the point?
Yeah, and then you also have to think of the thing back then. Like, it cost way too much to outfit soldiers back then, according to them. Different point of perspective, right? Human life was not as valued as it is today. Let's get that fact out there. Okay.
Oh yeah. No. In those days, if when you grew up and you were 18, you would have had like 7 friends die already. It would have been dead because of disease and accidents, industrial accidents, things like that. So You know, that's why, like, oh, sir, 100,000 of our men died. Only 100,000?
Only 100,000? Oh, fuck me. Oh, that's pretty good numbers.
Shit, I thought we would have lost 200,000.
Remember. Again,
This is a good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, just in perspective, right? Taking officer casualties was a lot more alarming than having people that were enlisted die, okay?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
lower classes really didn't get the fucking shit end of the stick, okay?
Yeah. Well, that was still the days of, like, you know.
Yeah, so, but for officer modifications, you could pretty much do what the fuck you wanted.
To D.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. But for officer uniforms, like, you can pretty much, there's a lot of variation for British and American guys, because MacArthur just wore whatever the fuck you wanted. You had your uniforms were personally tailored to you. You had different shit. Different guys wore different boots and shit. It just all depended, right? Different guys had different service revolvers. But your average Joe Schmuckatelli, no.
No. Nope. Well, I think a lot of it also had to do with the Civil War. Because, good God, we had a lot of... At least the South did, but we had a lot of generals die because, you know... and we're like... no, never again. We need our generals. However, this was also... World War I was also the time of Lions lead from the back. They were like, maybe we should just not send our generals in.
Yeah, well, America didn't learn that lesson until 1918.
Yeah.
General Blackjack Pershing. Oh, but I found it interesting. You know, he is the only 6-star general we've ever had.
6?
Yeah, 6.
Huh.
At 1920s, they gave him like general of the, I don't know, fucking general of the United States of America at this point. Dude, his salary was fucking insane. He was not a very good general. Let's put it that way.
He was not promoted for his merit.
Yeah. He's
not. I mean, he wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible, but he's not like.
He wasn't like a 2 out of 10 general.
He's like a.
But he was more along the line of like 4 to 5 out of 10 general.
I'd rate him a fucking 3. But yeah,
I'd rate him a 4.
He okay, for example, he wanted to go fucking serve in World War II, and the U.S. government was like, how about no? He just sit the whole war.
You're a very old man by now.
Yeah.
You were old when World War I started.
Yeah, and he had very different ways of thinking about shit. He was back of the old school of that Elan, the French, you know, morale wins battles, not technology. He also thought logistics were for other fucking people because he had to have big brain power to plan the offensives.
Yeah, logistics. We don't do that here.
Yeah, and you want to know who did all the logistics for the United States Army in World War One?
A captain.
Yes, his name was. You want to know his name? I want to see if you know. He's not famous, but he was in charge of Eisenhower.
I don't know his name.
His name was George C. Marshall, and he was chief of staff of the United States Army the entire war, for World War II. So he was Eisenhower's boss. He was Eisenhower and MacArthur's boss.
Yeah.
Anyway, he ran the whole fucking war, so you know.
Yeah, well, at least the logistics side of it, not necessarily he wasn't planning offensives, but
well, he advised the president.
The wars are won with logistics.
But he was chief of staff of the United States Army. Well, he was chief of staff, actually, all the whole fucking thing. So he was directly advising Roosevelt during World War II.
Oh, I was talking about World War One.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. In World War One, he did logistics. I mean, he basically kept the whole fucking U.S. Army moving. So
yeah.
Let's see if I can blow up that guy now. Oh, there's a sub.
Oh, cool. You missed with your, He started moving. Oh. There's someone shooting at you.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I barely dodged those ones. I'll let someone else bomb him. Because fun fact, I don't have any ASW.
Hmm.
Were those chainmail eye protections widely used, or was that internet overblown the usage? So those were not used like pretty much at all.
Man, I vastly overestimated that guy.
Those little chainmail things, the driver sometimes used them. And I say very seldomly used them. No one else did because it just got in the fucking way. Just like they had their helmets, they didn't use them. It was too hot in the damn tank to do any of that shit. Do you pay for the anime girl voices? You have to pay for the Azure Lane shit, and the last time they sold them, I think, was in 2020. They had to do a collab, just like they do for all of the Azure Lane shit. So yes, you do have to pay, pretty much. Somebody deal with the sub? Can you put
Well,
your...
I was gonna deal with him, and then I got shot by a bunch of guys. And he's been down there like this entire time.
I know. Ooh, they're all gonna hit. This is some great fucking gameplay right here. Just to have a fucking sub I can't even shoot. Do you run out of hydro?
Yep.
There was a Bismarck on our left. Oh, I'm dead. Don't ask me how much it costs for these Lane shit. It is an insane amount of money. Oh, look, I've been pinged again.
Oh, are you actually dead?
Now I am actually dead. You are getting flanked on both sides. Yeah, you are getting flanked on both sides.
Yeah, I am. I accept my role.
The real question is, well, you gonna die from a sub, or are you gonna die from everyone else? They did release some stuff for WoWs for the anime shit. They released a Yamato, which is a tier 10 ship, and it had anime on all over it. I didn't get it, but man, you would have made a lot of fucking money with that ship. Cost like $150 though.
Dead. Nope, I'm not dead, but I'm dead soon. Yep, there we go.
Sad. Big sad. Back to better ship.
Yeah. I saw the torpedoes as I couldn't dodge them. As soon as I couldn't dodge them, I saw them. I'm like, oh, okay. Well.
I could be Destroyer Boy. I'll be Destroyer Boy. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions about anything history related, probably try my best to answer it.
Yeah. Oh, World War I used to be my shit in high school.
The torpedo bounce got stuck on your side and detonated unlucky. Big sad, big sad. Ready your tier 7 up, or whatever you want to play for it. How much money you got now?
Let me see.
That's like half the minimum wage here.
5.6 million.
Oh, look at that.
Credits. Yep. I've been getting a lot of money in this this Florida.
Here's an ancient history question: Ray or Asuka, and why is Asuka better? I agree, Asuka's better.
Asuka, what now?
You don't understand what we're talking about. He doesn't watch anime like at all.
Well, I do, but I don't watch like.
Have you seen Evangelion?
Yeah, I don't watch the
Yeah, okay.
like I don't know. If it's like overly anime, no.
What
No,
anime shows have you actually watched?
while I've seen Full Metal Alchemist,
One.
I saw a couple of them with you.
Yeah, there's
I saw
one.
the World War one, and then the
You saw half of it, but yeah.
I saw half of it, yeah. And then that like D&D kind of
That
type
doesn't
one
that does not count at all.
that doesn't count as an anime.
Which one? The one on fucking like Amazon?
No, that no, not that. The one with the dude who died, and then he was like, "Oh," they were like, "Oh, you get to go and you get to choose
Okay.
whatever you want." And he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Okay, I
yeah, yeah,
choose
yeah, yeah,
you."
yeah, yeah, yeah. Konosuba. Okay, so you've seen three.
Konosuba.
You've seen
And
three.
then I saw the Legend of Himiko. Was that the name of the movie, John? Princess Mononoke.
So you've seen.
Mononoke.
So you've seen like three and a half.
Um, no, I've also seen what's it called? I watched it ages ago, like 2 weeks ago. See if I can find it.
Already up your fucking
Obsolete.
Florida.
I saw Obsolete.
Obsolete.
Yeah, Obsolete. And I know it's an anime only because the last episode, they're only like 15-minute long episodes. Last episode, the first the like 14 of the 15 minutes is all anime. It's like that like really anime thing that I was like, I'm not really
They're
into.
technically not anime. That's what I thought. Yeah, because I haven't heard of
No.
it. There's an
Okay.
ONA, so I'm assuming you watched it on something that wasn't.
Yeah, watch it out for YouTube.
Yeah. So ONAs are like original video. So they don't. Okay. The difference between technically like anime is anime airs in Japan. That's what classifies anime. ONAs are everything that doesn't air in Japan TV. Um,
Okay, so what you're saying is it's like the IPA.
yeah.
Onas are IPAs.
It came out in December 2019 to 2020. Dude, wait, this can't be. It has 5,000 members. What the fuck anime is this?
Obsolete.
Yeah.
It's
Dude, it's literally like unknown. What the fuck? That's funny.
so the premise is these aliens show up and they're like, "Hey, we're not here for politics. We're not here for literally anything. We just want limestone. So if you give us 1 ton of limestone, we'll give you our product. Our product, right?" And because they're called like the peddlers or something like that. That's what like everyone calls them, right? And they're like, and so someone says, "Oh, I did it for a joke, and I got this thing," and it's like it's kind of like an exosuit, but not really. It's like
Tell me if that's the
it's
anime.
like a robot that you ride, I
Yeah,
guess you could
yeah.
say.
Tell me if that's the anime that you watched and if you remember those names because oh my god, I've never seen a score that low. It's a fucking 5. Woo!
Yeah,
I haven't
but
seen Yuri Yuri.
but anyway, at the end they're like everyone's like putting like that's the new infantry thing, right? People don't walk anywhere anymore. They put someone into these things because they're really cheap to get, and then they put like 30 millimeter guns on them and stuff like that, and then you're just running around with guys shooting like 30 millimeter guns at each other, really big machine guns. It's like Titanfall almost, but like the Titans are like 10 feet tall and not like, you know, 40, 50 feet tall.
Well,
But yeah.
I've never seen
Mm.
a score rated that low, which probably means it's pretty shit. But, you know.
I didn't. Okay,
The
main thing that I didn't like about it
every
was
time
that.
you give me a raiding camp, you say shit is like not bad, and it's like the most awful shit I've ever
Well,
seen.
no,
Like,
hear me out. Hear me out. I
Uh-huh.
was gonna say that I don't mind it. I just don't like that it doesn't really feel like a cohesive story. It's like episodes of like 15-minute episodes of these robots having an impact in like a military form on some corner of the globe. And they kind of come together to form like a cohesive story, but not really. And they're only 15 minutes, so we don't really get a whole lot of information.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But
There's a reason they got a fucking 5 on my enemy list. I haven't seen Yuri, and then Dopa asks, here's a World War One question. What was the actual point of barrage balloons? Just getting hit with bombs instead of on the ground, and did they actually work? Okay, so the term barrage balloons is very misleading. Barrage balloons were basically... Yeah, they were...
They were meant to, for like when an aircraft runs into the wire that's holding it up, it'll snap the wing off the plane and it'll fall to the ground.
That, or they'll hit the fucking balloon. It doesn't really matter which. They're meant to deny aircraft from coming in and straight.
Yeah, they're kind of like they're like sea mines, like those really like submarine sea mines from like those like from Finding Nemo, right? They're like that.
Camp, you need to turn left hard and come to me. Their entire fucking team is over there.
Yeah, their entire team is here. Like, what the fuck?
Turn, come over here. Because holy fuck, I don't think we're gonna make it very long, but we'll try.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's so many.
I know.
There's every single side of us. Okay, well, we're gonna die with honor. Oh wow, they're everywhere. Alright, I wanna go torpedo myself, because low torpedoes, we're not making it. Yeah, fuck it. We're not gonna make it anyway. I'll fire my fucking torpedoes at you, bitch. Their entire team's over here!
Bro, oh my goodness.
I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm basically dead.
I don't have time to reload
Yep,
my
that's
torpedoes
me.
anyway. Yep, I'm fucking gone.
Their entire team was there. It was just us two. Wow, and that Alabama, but that Alabama was like, nope, and fucked off.
You is a cute and funny, though. I suppose you're not a Moe guy. I watch Moe once in a while. I'm not really that interested into it. I'll tell you what is my shit, though. I like Gate. I like Tanya. Like, those are my... And then,
Okay,
Reddy
here only likes, he only likes, military stuff. Like, if you were to sit him down and watch Marley and Me, there would be no tears out of his eyes.
I cried during that movie, by the way.
During Marley and Me, you did?
Yep.
Wow, the robot cried.
You want to know what scene it was?
What scene was it?
That when they put him down.
Yeah, well, you know, the saddest scene. Although, truth be told, I've never seen Marley and Me.
Really? I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters. How old is that movie? Fuck, I'm gonna date myself.
Really old. It is really old.
I saw that. Oh, in 2008. Wow, I saw it in movie theaters. Jeez. Gate needs less JSDF propaganda and more machine guns gunning down non-Roman legionaries. People keep saying that there's like So I did some research on like the Gate, the author. There's a lot of people that said he's just like a fucking propagandist, and I'm like, okay, Cam. So let me break this down, okay?
I saw some clips. I've seen some clips on YouTube of Gate, and I just don't even like. No, why do I just want to watch a bunch of people just get mowed down?
Dude, it's fantastic.
And then the really insane thing to me is there's no casualties on the Japanese Defense Forces.
No,
side.
they
might take like a couple.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you, okay, You
What
can't
are
tell
they
me.
gonna do, Camp?
You can't tell me that if you're an American soldier standing in a field and a volley of arrows is coming your way, that you'll live through that. Like,
They don't get that close, Camp. They never get that close. Well,
they kind of do.
okay, not to the non-anime dudes, dude. Like literally, the
Not
first
with not with their big armies, but they send special forces in and they just
well, they're special forces, Camp.
Floor with okay,
well, no
and that's
shit.
the other thing. That's the other thing that really was like, I don't really get it. Was that they send in these special forces guys, right, to go kill to open the gates, right, to like this
Pathfinders.
castle.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But what I was fine with that. What I didn't get was why they brought in a whole other company. Cause from them getting into the castle, it looked like those 4 guys could just take the entire castle on their own.
If I remember correctly, they were trying to save the princess or something. They sent a whole battalion in, by the way. Literally, like 8 airplanes full of paratroopers.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I saw it. I was like, that doesn't.
That was the
why
coolest
would you need that?
scene.
You don't need that. You need like 20.
Scene.
You need like 10 guys with machine guns to go in.
But we go overkill here, Cam. We make sure they don't come back.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it. Fuck you. I love that
Also, I don't know. The bloodlust that the Japanese have in that is just like, god damn.
What, you act like America wouldn't do the same fucking thing or something.
I mean, okay. I don't think depends. Depends.
Yeah.
I don't think the medics would be okay with it.
Well, okay. Anyway, people keep saying the thing is propaganda. There's one thing. Okay, so there's this one scene where they're trying to capture these people, right? The people because they come back to Japan, right? And they're in a sauna. You know, regular anime ensues. Okay, but on the outside camp, there's JSDF fucking special forces, which are like Green Berets, right? They're watching the whole perimeter, and then. I can't make this shit up. There's CIA operative squad, there's the Chinese, and then there's the Russians, and they all fight over them. Literally.
They fight over the people?
Yeah, so they fight over the right to capture them, right? So you just see like all these PMCs basically fucking start shooting at each other. And the JSDF guys to back off because some government bureaucracy bullshit.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense, though, considering, you know, Japan and America are allied. I don't think they would want to come fight the CIA squad.
No. They arrest the CIA guys.
Okay, what?
It doesn't even.
What?
No. They make America in the fucking anime look like we're the bad guys. Like we're like the imperialist, like fat dudes that want oil. And I'm like. And then they
okay.
And then they make the Japanese be like the people that would be the most understanding of these people. And I'm like, yeah, sure you would be. Even a scene camp like where they attack, I think it's Tokyo, right? We have forces there. For God's sakes, we have a fucking carrier base there.
Oh, I know.
and it's not like the U.S. isn't going to get involved. I'm like, an attack on Japan is an attack on the United States, okay? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, yeah. And then apparently America just, like, doesn't get involved or something, even though we're literally right there. And we let, like, Japan go wild in here for, like, months or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, we did nuke to a Japan city, so maybe the guy was just really angry about that.
No, but he makes some, like, Navy and other things, too. But there is no other, like, military ship, so, I mean, I like it. I really don't give a fuck if he's, like, a nationalistic dude. You just fuck it. Do what you want. Do you know the purpose? Do you know the purpose he made Tiny's character design to be unattractive so that wouldn't be waifued and stuff? I've heard that, and then if you actually go read the manga, she's not that bad. Like, at all. Like her character design's actually like moe, not fucking whatever. They also wear helmets in the manga, which is like the big. I mean, like I don't know if you saw Tanya Camp, but like in the anime they don't wear helmets and shit. In the manga, they all wear helmets all the time.
Yeah, that was okay. Hold on. Going back to that guy that I said should not have survived that fall.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I shouldn't have survived. At a certain point, when you fall from the sky, the water turns to it's like as hard as concrete. I know he wasn't very high up, but I'm still mad that he didn't. He got shot out of the air. He literally got shot out of the air. And he didn't die, he didn't drown. Nothing happened to him. He was just like, oh yeah, I'm okay. Nothing happened to me, really.
Yeah, the anime takes some liberties, I'll just say that from the manga. They made Tanya super cute in the manga. Yeah, the manga is based. Not even just the manga, like the light novels, like the front covers, she's not that bad at all.
By the way, you're on your own. I'm going over here.
I see that. You have abandoned me. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, you are a big bad Massachusetts boy, but you know what? Fine. Fuck it. I'll turn around. I guess I have to be your AA anyway. Or an assistance to your AA.
Keep doing it. Pretty creative. That was like,
Yeah.
but with this new program I have, I'm able to just cut out chunks of the world that
Apparently the stream is choppy is what YouTube is telling me. Even though I died can't. It looks fine on my end, so if you guys tell me it's all
Maybe you
fucked.
should stream on Twitch and not on YouTube.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna watch it on Twitch anyway. YouTube.
Well, you'll get randoms.
Yeah, I'll get fucking around. These people are kind of like my subscribers. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can also, hop on Twitch.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
I would assume most of them have Twitch.
No.
And Twitch isn't as fucking anal as YouTube is about the money.
No, they are. Now they are.
Now they are. They weren't.
YouTube is
I don't know.
now. You know what's funny is they've done the Uno reverse card. It's now easier to stream on YouTube than it is Twitch. Literally, like because
Wow.
you get copyright striked on fucking Twitch like out the asshole because
That is true. That is true because me and Tina were streaming EU4 and
Yep.
we had a mod that added like classical music.
Yep.
And like he played one thing and it was like copyright strike and I was like, that doesn't make sense. That person has been dead for like 300 years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're completely owned by Amazon now, and Jeff Bezos really stepped up the fucking. Anyway, that's a different discussion. YouTube is just.
We all know how
Yeah.
they can be.
Yeah. In the manga, the U.S. gave Japan a lot of equipment for the Japanese government didn't want to fully commit a task force in another world, so the Japanese started driving around in. Perhaps Wow, maybe I should continue reading the manga. Last time I checked the manga, they literally caught up to the anime. Like, I think they were
They
almost
caught up to the what?
the anime and the manga. Like, that's where I stopped. Like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, sad.
Yeah, imagine tooling around in Jeeps in World War One.
Yeah, see, look, the person said they don't have Twitch Camp. See, look, 10 out of 10.
Oh. Well, I don't have Twitch either. Well, I do, but
I technically do, but
that was only because of Tino. And since he doesn't do that anymore,
Yep.
because he's Navy boy.
He is a Navy boy. The manga, the U.S. didn't want to. The U.S. gave Japanese a lot of equipment where the Japanese government didn't want to fully commit a task force in other worlds. It doesn't make any fucking okay. Let's be real here, okay? The U.S. is not gonna let Japan be like, you know what? This is my sovereign territory. Fuck off. Let's be real here. If fucking ogres came through a portal in central Tokyo, there's literally no way the U.S. is getting involved. Japan can protest all they want, but let's be honest here. That there's no one else that's gonna be their fucking ally. Not out there.
God damn it. Man, that Alsace is moving really fucking fast.
Well, he has a speed boost thing as a battleship. I have a Twitch, but I use it maybe once a month for an hour. See?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really. But if you had a reason to, you would. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fucking use it at all, so. And YouTube streaming has actually gotten a lot better, surprisingly.
You say that. You say that.
I say that! Well, the stream did fix
say
itself.
that.
My stream
but
did
I don't,
fix itself,
I don't
so.
really believe that. Sorry. You got some torps coming in.
Yeah.
Already did. I just replaced the first time around.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Oof. By the way, the Alsace has a secondary build.
I'm not surprised. Fucking. Ooh. Ain't shit, Alsace! Uh-oh. Help. Help.
I know.
Help.
I got it. As soon as he turns the corner, I'll blast him.
Blast him. He turned the corner.
Whoop. He's on fire now.
I get funny numbers when I shoot at him. Wow, he's doing literally no damage to me. Oh, yeah, you're gonna need to finish him off, it looks like. Well, hopefully you can, because otherwise you are dead meat.
Yeah.
He might try and ram me, actually, at this point. There we go, Tango down. I'm so low health, this is stupid. There's a fucking Colombo and a North Carolina past that. Wow, there's a lot of shit. Just a test to see if my last message got eaten for saying real man. Yeah, I guess so, it did.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Did you
goodness.
actually get him?
I just got 15,000 damage against the Colorado.
I need to wait another dude, I gotta keep healing. I'm barely alive. I can't be poking my head out like that. The manga on the JSDF started going all conjuring spheres like The Witcher and Gate, connected multiple worlds, and why the world should be such a diverse population, but now the world is failing. Apart from that, the Japanese is keeping the gate connected. Yeah, that's what I've heard, is like it got all fucking real weird with the spheres and shit, but again, I only watched the anime. And again, I only watched the anime because there was fucking guns, Apaches, and an apocalypse reference, okay? And paratroopers. I mean, it's fucking amazing.
Looks like he's coming on your right.
Yeah.
Coming around on your right, sorry. That even... why? Why do they... Why? Why does the American language have to be the way that it is?
What? I'm sorry.
Phrasing? Fun fact. There is no official language of the United States of America.
Yeah. 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 And we have problems because of it, but Cobras, not Apaches. True, they were Cobras because Japan is poor. And they also had fucking Phantoms. Literally F4 Phantoms in the anime, which was like, God Lord. I know Japan has Eagles, and they even have the F2 fighters, so. Fire main battery! Ooh. What is he shooting at? Oh, the FGG.
I don't know.
He fucking shot over me. I'll say it again in another way. Real men, isekai, or real robot? Some states have an official language, apparently, Cam. Texas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Texas.
Because that's a state's right. It wasn't explicitly stated in the Constitution, therefore it is a state's right.
Yeah. I'll say it another way. Real man, isekai, or robot? Real robot. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Duper, so I'll say
You know, if we
isekai.
capture that, we win, right?
Capture what? Oh, yeah.
The point you're on.
Kill the destroyer! All main batteries open for all secondaries! Dead. Oh, I got 8,000 XP for that.
And get as much as I wanted. However, I'm only 20,000 XP away from getting the Johann de Witt. At least, you know, for like, you know, at least until I can restart. Purchasing it is an entirely different matter. But during that time, I'll just tool around with New York and whatever the American tier 6 I have.
Should I play the Baltimore or the Anchorage? Talon.
I got one.
Anyway, so wrong answer. The real men prefer the real robot genre. Real robot genre? You talking about mecha? I think he's talking about. I don't know. Real robot genre. What happens when you make mecha and sci? Oh, yeah. Okay. About
Mecha
Gundam.
and sci-fi.
Talking about Gundam. So okay. Here's a quick rundown on Gundam Camp. Okay, very basic. Okay, colonies are like, ha, we should be independent. Okay, and the U.S. government or the world government Earth is like, ha, fuck that, and the colonies attack the United States and like blow Australia all to hell, and then they invade in a 1-year war where they use these mech suits, okay? And these mech suits were meant for like outer space work and shit. But they're basically just walking robots. And like they still have like infantry guys, right? So imagine you have like an M16 and you're supposed to go kill like that 200-foot robot. and yeah, and you can, and that's about how well it goes. So there's a lot of people that are like, maybe we shouldn't be fighting this war. But yeah. Anyway, this is the part of the video where I shill out myself and I say, please, God. There's a membership button that you guys can donate to for $1, and you get a cool emote thing. And I need 2 people to do it so I can add more emotes. So if you would like these streams and you feel like having emblems and emojis, you can happily join my membership for $1, and I'll be very grateful.
Or you can angrily do it. That's also an option.
You could angrily do it. Be like, oh, fuck this shit.
Or you could do it depressingly as well.
Depressingly?
What's the point of life anymore? Might as well give all my money to this guy before I, before I go live in the woods for 20 years because I'm so depressed.
There's that dude. Remember that dude that went on a fucking camping trip because he thought he would.
Are you talking about that book?
I'm talking about that dude. He went into the forest. He's like, dude, I'm gonna go in the forest. I'm gonna be like
up in Alaska,
man.
right? Oh wait, no, we're talking about different things.
Oh! They actually joined. Oh my gosh, we have members. Ah, thank you, Thornet. Thank you, Dubada. You are now Jaegers. Welcome.
Welcome to the Jaegerdom.
I understand, Uwu. I have no allowance. Trust me, dude. I understand not having an allowance. I understand very well of having zero fucking money.
Yeah.
Thank you, Theod. You shield for me. I appreciate both of you very much. And don't worry about it,
Wow.
Uwu.
Thanks. Not like I took 2 hours out of my Friday to stream with you.
Yeah, yeah.
I could have been playing Stellaris right now.
Oh man. Yeah.
Going near B.
I'm gonna also go by B. They also became Nazi in a gas colony. Well, those people that dropped it underground high command, City of the Earth government. Yeah, there's a lot of Gundam shit, and there's even a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, guys. If I might make a mod review on it. It's really fucking weird, and it's like out of date as shit, but it is fun to fight the. Okay, Camp. Imagine Hoi 4, but you own every single province. Okay, and then you have to fight the entire everywhere on the world at the same time. Yeah, so there's a mod for that.
Interesting.
Good? Yeah, I don't know, but it is at least interesting.
Hello.
Hello, you might want to turn. Uh-oh. They're coming in again.
I'm gonna turn right.
You're gonna turn into the guns? Copy that.
Yes.
10-4, I understand. I'm shooting those planes down. Yeah, good
They're
luck with
out of
that.
my range.
I'm surprised you guys didn't play Verdun or Tannenberg for the podcast. It's about WW1 Uniforms. Do you even have Tannenberg?
Whoa, I would love to play Verdun with you. I have that game.
We haven't played that.
You bought it for me.
Do you know how old that game is, man? Man, that game's old. Like, Hold Fast has the WW1 update. We could do that.
Yeah, we could. I just have to reinstall it. Or we could continue doing World War I stuff next time and do that.
It's not out of date unless the Hoi 4 update between February and now doesn't support tank design. No, I think it is updated. You're right. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's not balanced at all. Like, at all. And it is a very small mod. It has, like, 10,000 subscribers, which is fucking tiny. Especially for that. And then, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Camp, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
What?
Oh, no, Hold Fast. Yeah, Hold Fast is updated. I was talking about the Gundam mod, but yeah, Hold Fast. Like, I mean, I have Hold Fast. I think the World War I update is free. I might check it out next time. We could actually play that next time, Cam. We'll be down at least. To check it out.
What? Hold fast?
Yeah, the World War I shit. I don't know if it'd be any good, but, you know.
Damn it.
He has torpedoes, so you might want to stop him.
Yeah. I'll run interference. That way he can only target one of us at a time.
He has torpedoes. Okay, yeah, no, he's gonna load the other torpedo. Ah, torpedoes.
Get him.
There we go.
Yeah. We got him.
Oh no, I might have killed myself. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I hate a Citadel. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yamato was gonna make me a new asshole.
Damn it, I forgot how fucking fast he is.
There's a fucking destroyer next to me. What the hell is going on here? Well, I guess I'm gonna shoot the destroyer until it's dead. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm fucking dead. Okay, well.
Oh, don't worry, I'm dead too. If these torpedoes get me,
As I see imminent death approaching me. Oh yeah, complete the only way to fly ESF is to spam infantry and rush GM ASAP if they have a chance. Fly away. The war update is free. Yeah, so if the update's free, I'll probably try it. But you have to pay to be on the US and French. What the fuck? In the World War II live stream, so we can talk about how dire the Hungarian situation was. What did I do a World War II high stream a while ago? I don't know. Yeah, but Hungary during World War II, getting dicked on is basically the easiest way to put that. And then you end up with Hungary today, where it's literally like a tiny.
are you dead? Oh fuck, you're dead.
I said I died.
Yeah, well, I heard. Oh, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here, and then I zoned out for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, those are the most important 30 seconds.
As I was dropping bombs on a ship. When I aim those, I expect when I aim with the bombs that I'm gonna be like just out of it for like however long it takes me to aim.
Do a stream about weird volunteer force dissemination sent to others, groups like divisions, Anzac and the Flying Tigers. There is some information on those guys, but they're very niche and very specific, especially like anything. I mean, the Flying Tigers are more well known, but I don't really know any fucking volunteers. Do you, Cam?
Volunteers for what?
In any war,
For Japan, or for who's sending the volunteers?
Anyone. I just don't really know of anyone. I know the Flying Tigers.
There was a group of guys from America that went to serve in the RAF during World War One.
Yeah.
A bunch of American guys.
Yeah, there are also some Siamese guys that served the French in World War One. But we're talking like less than 1,000 people here. Like, it was not gonna make a difference at all. But fun fact, they were still using civilian clothing for most of part of it. Yeah, that's. So Division 2 is about to have a new campaign where you play as a Hungarian who invaded Romania and is now hold back the Romanians in Russian counteroffensive. That's going to be fun. It's going to be you getting dicked on by Steel Division 2 AI for hours upon hours. And asking home for wool clothing for the winter. The Blue Division song is really good. I would assume so, yeah. How would they actually get... How would the Flying Tigers actually get supplies from the U.S.? Like, I mean, I guess they're not at war with Japan, but China's getting dicked on, so...
They would rely on whatever China had.
China didn't have shit.
They would show up to China and say, "Look at these parts. Memorize these parts. You're gonna need to make them if our ship breaks down."
Dude, China in World War II, literally, okay, not to be offensive, but they didn't do shit all for, especially in the latter...
They did do something.
No, especially I'm talking about like 43, 44, 45, they didn't do shit. And it's
they didn't do anything.
Now the reason they
the early war, yes,
early
they
war,
did do something.
Yeah, early war, they're getting dicked on. But the reason they didn't do it, and it's quite smart, is because Chiang Kai-shek was like, I gotta beat the communists after this war. I need to keep my manpower and my officers up. So that's what he did. Remember, because a quarter...
Yeah, how did that work out for him?
Yeah, it didn't work out very fucking well, did it? The Flying Tigers got supply shipments from the RAF in India. That I do know about. That was a very dangerous fucking flight path to do, because I've been to Nepal, And even modern jets and shit, that's not fun. And back then, man, just fly into a fucking mountain and die. Or if it was like snowing, it was over. Can't do the resupply route.
By the way, how much damage you get?
46,000.
Nice. Thus far, I've gotten 60,000. And most of that is because 27 of my bombs hit a. Sorry, I had 17 hits, direct hits with my bombs on a battleship, and it dealt 15,000 damage.
They killed more Japanese in the U.S. in the course of the end war, but yeah, Japan attacked. They stopped focusing on China. And he basically ran around for Japan to lose.
I see.
And played for Ishigo. Whenever Japan. Yeah, because Japan did launch a final offensive against them, and it didn't go anywhere. But basically, every time Japan actually did have forces to concentrate, they just beat the shit out of the Chinese. Like, every time. Every single time without failure. Like okay, Cam. China would have an army group, okay? An army group. That's like 600,000 men, okay? Japan would have a corps, and they would break the army group. And it just boggles your mind. Like, they would fucking encircle them. Man, if you want some, like... If you want some real World War II casualty numbers and shit, just go fucking fight in China. Or go look at some Chinese battles, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, they definitely lost a lot of guys.
Half the damn time it was their own fucking fault, too.
Yeah.
So...
Well, there goes their carrier.
You might as
Just
last
had-
one left.
The Yamato! Yamato! I'm chasing after him. I am faster than him.
Chinese resources late in the war were wasted because the U.S. general in charge of the theater did some foolhardy campaigning in Burma, and the Chinese leader was forced to do it to keep the U.S. supply flowing. Apparently, what happened there was the Chinese couldn't hold a fucking sector in the port because the British were getting pushed back to fucking Burma because there was one supply route. That linked it up there. But the Chinese just got their shit rocked and couldn't hold it. And the U.S. was unwilling to send supplies to a person that may or may not actually be able to get them. And it's just like, it's really, like, I can't fucking do it. So the U.S., because remember, the U.S. at first, okay, this was in 43, was at first they were like, hey, China, can we use you as like an airbase to bomb fucking Japan? But the problem was, every time Japan like got attacked by the Japanese, they just fucking crumble, right? And the U.S. was like, I don't want my bombers to get like fucking encircled.
Yeah, however, the one thing that they were good at was they knew when the Japanese planes were coming.
It's not like it helped.
But it did help because they told everyone hide. Everyone hid, and they would like bomb their airstrips, and then there would be like, okay, time to fix the airstrip, and the airstrip would be fixed within 3 hours.
I guess, but every time they launched a major army offensive, it just fucking died. That's the main reason. That's the main reason we actually went to Okinawa and Iwo Jima was because we couldn't use China as a fucking airbase.
Yeah.
The other time, Joseph Stilwell lost all their best trained troops in Burma in 42 or 43. I think the armchair historian did a video on them. I can't exactly remember the details, but basically they had good troops in Burma, and either they sat around or they got fucked. And I'm going with they sat around because Chiang Kai-shek was not about to waste his best troops.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did initially in
39, but this is
40. In 39, he did initially in 39, but
This is
then
42,
when they
43.
got to Nanking, aka the Nanking rape in Nanking, or yada yada yada, it was like, okay, I've lost too much guys. I'm pulling back. I'll leave 10,000 guys to defend the city, and bye. You guys, you're gonna die with honor.
Yeah, we're talking 42, 43, so.
Yeah.
The U.S. did lose a lot of airships bombing due to Japan's final offensive in China. True, and that's one of the main reasons they're like, nah, fuck this, we can't. Because again, if you're thinking strategically, like those bombers, they don't just build themselves. They're pretty fucking expensive, and to have them be lost.
Well, kind of.
They were gonna use B-29s to do this, right?
Okay. Yeah, those were
like,
expensive.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it was like a B-17, I wouldn't say that they were expensive.
They didn't have the range that the B-29 did. Chinese history be like General Hebrew rebels, 10 million starved, 3 million died, 2 million cannibalized on victory. Yeah. No, Chinese history is like just you can't even comprehend the amount of people that die. It's like it's insane. Has Tino actually ever been to like Asia camp? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
He has not.
I might say something offensive here, but it's true. Asians don't place the same emphasis on life that white people do, or Christians in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Confucianism was a religion for a long time, and the entire religion was say what the government, do whatever the government says.
Pretty much. I mean.
And if the government says to die for your country, you're gonna die for your country.
But man, they can take ridiculous numbers of if America took 1 million casualties in World War II, we'd be like, all right, bud, it's time to tap out. Like, then we'll just flood a river and kill 400,000 of our own fucking people. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing China emphasized. Hey. Fuck, what's it called? Turning your weaknesses into strengths. Turn your strengths into the ultimate into your main thing, right? So that's what they did. They were like, you know what? We don't have a lot of tech. We don't have a lot of unity. What we do have is a lot of people.
Dude, if you actually unite them in like Hearts of Iron, they're fucking broken. Because there's like 100 million manpower. The main problem you have is just resources and production. You just don't have any.
Yeah. Oh. As soon as he comes around that corner, I'm gonna fucking blast him.
I got my squadron ready. It's still 82 degrees outside. Wow.
And I wish it was like 90 something here today.
Dude, it was 91 or 92 when I went to class today. I was like, came back and I was like drenched in sweat. Do you use any image boards? If you look in the description of this video right now, I use Pixie. And you do have to pay for it if you want to search like advanced search stuff. But that's what I use for anime. It's got a lot of really good photos on there that I'd recommend. It's only like $5 a month. I use Pinterest sometimes for D&D images and stuff I need. But yeah, I use Pixie, most of it. Dana Brew also. I probably just wasted that squadron, but it's fine. I'll go up north. But as you said, you don't have an allowance, so $5 is probably a lot. But it's $5 a month for that.
By the way, No. You're not playing, I forgot, you're playing the Hornet.
USS Hornet.
I was about to tell you, oh, my Hydro's almost out, but you don't care.
I meant like 4chan and stuff. 4chan you go if you really want to see like the absolute worst of humanity.
Yeah.
Reddit, I also don't. Reddit, I browse sometimes.
That's where bullies, like on cyber bullies, that's where they actually train.
That's where they train. I've trained my entire life to become infinitesimal asshole.
Yep.
No, I don't even fucking use Reddit because Reddit is okay. Here's a problem with Reddit. Reddit used to be good, probably back in the day, but here's the problem with Reddit now. It's just a bunch of fucking people with grown beards that just think they're hot shit when they moderate. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's literally no free speech of whatever the fuck you want to do. It doesn't exist. It's just mods banning people off the ass. I can't even be bothered. There are literally Redditors camp that do nothing but Reddit all day, like as moderators.
I
Literally all day.
That could not and would not be me. I am far too lazy for that shit.
They do it and they think it's a sign of like professionalism or prestige to get like the badges and stuff. And I'm like, dude, literally a forum.
Yeah.
No, I don't use 4chan. I use Golden Chan instead. I don't know if that's better, but you know, they could be. They could also not be.
I don't use any of that shit. I use Truth.
I use Truth.
No, I don't. That is a joke. That is a big joke. Mainly directed at my mom. I don't think my mom uses Truth, but I feel like if she knew about it, she would.
What is Truth?
That's the social media platform that Donald Trump started.
What? He made one?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
He didn't specifically make one, but one was made for him.
Yeah.
That's why he said he isn't coming back to Twitter, so that he can use Truth. He's like that pouty old man who's like, no, fuck you. I will say, if I could have voted for him, I would have when he was
Trump?
first elective. But I did not vote for him in this past election.
Why? I did. It was fucking funny to watch my district do whatever it wanted.
He wasn't a terror. I don't think he was as bad a president as everyone says he was. But he wasn't a good president.
I mean, it was between him and Biden, and I knew my district was already going to vote him anyway. I just kind of went there to be like, I actually voted in this election. What happened? Nothing? 10 out of 10. Yes, I have seen Asanzo. I'm looking forward to it, but again, it ain't coming out for, I don't know, a long time. There's also Rattenreich, which I'm going to play. It's basically Men of War Assault Squads, but updated and war. So.
I was talking to John about his libertarian views.
Yeah. And he also uses Reddit.
He was like, Camp, there's always been a third option. when I was telling him about.
Yeah, Tell him third options become a thing when they actually start winning. Oh wait, that's right, they won't.
Well, that's why you have to get people to believe in it, though.
Yeah, gonna get Camp. Mm-hmm. You have a 2.
By the way, I'm going after that
destroyer or the carrier.
The carrier.
Okay. That's how the gameplay run
as a precaution, I will activate my sonar.
That's Hanzo gameplay. Run into river, die, repeat. It should be run into river, get to the river, get shot from a mountain, die, repeat.
Oh!
Did you think you were hot shit or something?
Hey, everyone! Hey!
Did you think you were hot shit or something?
Yeah, I did think I was hot shit. You're absolutely right. absolutely right. I thought that was hot shit. Well, I didn't get a whole lot of damage that round. Or at least not nearly as much as last time. Like a third of last time's. Although the best I did in Harlem was like, I believe, 99,000 damage. Now they're like 101 or 102.
I voted Libertarian when it was Trump and Hillary. The real question you have to ask yourself, Net, is did it matter? And the answer is no. But
Okay,
did
but
your
if people
district
keep
matter?
saying that it doesn't matter, then people
Camp.
won't vote. You
Camp.
need to get the actual voter base to be interested in it
Camp.
to actually.
No. What
No.
did your district vote? What did your district vote?
Republican
There you go. By how much?
by a lot.
Mine was by 80%.
Well, actually, not really. It was Denton, so I guess it would have been like 60%.
No, I watched. Mine was 80% for that district, at least by Flower Mound.
For the Hillary Clinton one, then yeah, it was 80%. Yeah.
No, for Joe Biden.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, I don't know what it was anywhere because I actually didn't vote in the last election.
Oh, but
Now
yeah,
I do want to say that it's for some noble reason, but it wasn't. I completely was just like, oh, if you're registered to vote, you can vote. But no, you have to vote in the district that
Yep.
you were registered to vote in.
Yep.
And that was all the way in College Station, and they were
Yep.
like,
Yep.
I live in Flower. Voting ends in 2 hours, so I actually can't make it in time.
Yep.
But even if I wanted to,
That's another thing that's
because
really
that's a 3-hour drive.
That's another thing that's really fucked up about the U.S. But yeah, you can't vote where not registered, which is so fucking stupid. But yeah.
Well, I think you should be registered to vote, but I don't think it should be
What do you mean by registered to vote? Okay, because the only
like
problem.
you need to show like some form of ID that says that you are an American.
That's not registering to vote at all. That is voter ID. That's different. Okay.
Oh,
Everyone has a fucking ID. Okay, that's not a problem.
well, except for the illegals, but they
can't vote anyway, Cam.
Well, yeah, they can, but
They
they
can't
would
vote
if
in
they
Texas.
could. They would if they could.
They can't vote in Texas. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they would if they could. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
But there aren't just Mexican illegals. There's also Russian illegals, German illegals, French illegals, British illegals, Chinese illegals, Japanese illegals. There's
illegals.
Illegals from literally anywhere, right? I'm not when I say illegals, I'm not talking Mexicans. I'm talking all illegals.
Anyway, the main point I was going at was like the registering bullshit is because you have to like register in advance, which is so fucking stupid, like ridiculous. Then you get there and it has to be in that exact place. Like, for example, when I voted there, I went to Marcus High School camp because I thought that's where you're supposed to vote. They told me no, it's by the middle school. I was like, what? But there's nobody there, and they're like, no, there is. I'm like, I drove back over there, and I had to literally park in the band parking lot back in Downing, and dude, it was like there was no one there, and I was like, what is this? And I literally had to like go up to the doors because there was nothing saying like, hey, this is where you vote or anything like that. I walked in there, and I'm like, it was in the gym of Downing. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Democrat. I live in California, but in the Central Valley, so it was close in the vote between the two. See, now that actually does matter. If it's a close district, then it does matter. Okay, I don't really.
I believe there was one Libertarian district in this last vote. I believe there is one Libertarian representative or senator, right, John?
20.
And the federal government.
Federal government.
Yeah, there's at least one.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But again, it matters to the district how it votes. Remember, because Even because remember, we don't use the popular election. So again, if your vote really did matter, which it doesn't, there wouldn't be an electoral college. But again, your county votes the way it does, which votes for the electoral, and that person decides to vote. Because remember, like Trump lost in 2016 the popular vote, but it didn't matter. The last election I voted to vote. True. I just voted to vote. Honestly, I voted to vote in the last election to Trump just to see what the actual voting process was like. And then I looked and I was like, who is a railway commissioner? And something else about the U.S. is we vote for judges, which is really weird. And they mostly run unopposed, so.
House or Senate. She got voted out. The two of them got voted out in the last election.
Representative Justin Amash from Michigan, District 3, is libertarian.
Ooh! How do you do that? That's a real...
She's still,
sorry. From 2011 to 2021.
Huh.
Currently, there is no libertarian.
Nope, no libertarian? Aw, tell John Big Sad. Tell John Big Sad.
Big sad, John. You know what? I honestly might vote libertarian just because I hate the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
You mean
They are all hypocrites.
You mean
all of them.
You mean the Trump Party, right? The populist party that it now is?
Yeah, they're all the Democrats. As much as they preach, they're the party of tolerance. There is so much intolerance that they proliferate. And as far as Republicans, it's same thing. They say, "Oh, yes, we are in the right."
Yep. Well.
Yeah. That is the thing too. It is if the Democrat Party has a view, the Republican Party automatically has to have the opposite view. That's the other thing. That's like, you guys were supposed to be small government, and now you guys are big government. Only because the Democrats wanted to do some small government things too. Like, it... Yeah, it's... I don't think my dad is completely right, because he said that the Republican and Democrat parties are just trying to, like, vie, like, they're just trying to get what they want by, like, faking it. But I don't think it's that extreme, but I do think that both parties are just retarded.
Hey,
maybe I'll vote libertarian.
Our government is working as intended. It is working exactly as intended by the Constitution.
No, not really. No.
No, the founding fathers wanted a very stable government. We have a very stable government.
They did want a stable government.
We have a very stable government.
They literally did not. Well, George Washington didn't want political parties.
Yeah, he is the only one that didn't want that shit.
Yeah.
So when you said, "Oh yeah, the founding
well, that's
fathers,"
because he as much as shit as people might give him nowadays, because he technically owned slaves, and yeah, that's a bad thing. That was a bad thing. But at the time, you were weird if you didn't either own slaves or believe that white men should own slaves, right? Like, though you can't exactly be a saint in those times, right? That basically anything you do in history, you can't be a saint, like, ever, because there's always one bad thing that you've done, and people will drag your name because of it. But even though he's done those bad things, right? He's still a fantastic guy. Like, they literally wrote in Japan about him because he was, like, the best dude.
I am the last one alive. I have been the last one alive for the last 3 minutes. Ooh!
Yeah, and that's also that's right. He did free all of his slaves when he died. So I
got the Iowa. I did my job.
I don't think he even really wanted them in the first place. He was just like, again, like the best dude. Was he a good general? At the end, yes.
After losing every battle.
In the beginning, no.
After losing every battle, He finally got his.
He did lose most of his battles. Not every battle, but he did lose most of his battles in the early years. But then, as they went along, he was like, okay, I actually know what I'm doing now. Now we can win. Because I know what I'm doing.
They are all coming for me, Cam.
and because the British have one fatal flaw that I hope the Burgundians have ready. They're arrogant as shit.
I did 142,000 damage, and they're all coming for me. That's great. That's a great thing to leave off on. Gerrymandering is a crime, to be honest. Well, gerrymandering happens all the fucking time. It doesn't really matter what you're gonna do about it. But yeah, U.S. is not. What is it? The U.S. doesn't even really care about it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think we'll end the stream there, guys. We will be back next time. So they did the commanders of the NVA and Viet Cong. No one would say they lost the Vietnam War, though. You know what? I might actually do a Vietnam stream next. You know what? Fuck it. That's what we'll do next. I finished.
Okay, hold on, ready. If we do that, you have to reinstall Rising Storm 2, and we have to play Rising Storm 2 during it.
I can't think during it. I can think during WoWs.
I can think during it.
No, you
just have
can't.
to play a lot of first-person shooters.
No, you can't think, Cam. You like freeze up every time I ask you a question and you dodge torpedoes. Let alone massive explosions and me actually having to coordinate what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we can play that Vietnam mod.
You can play Hold Fast. Anyway, yeah, it'll probably be on Vietnam shit because I finished 2 classes on that crap.
Nice.
But yeah. Anyway, so I hope to see you guys next time. Probably be Vietnam something. Otherwise, I'll see you people later. We should have videos out this fucking weekend. I'll try to get some out tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I'll try to get some out tomorrow, but I got essays to work on, so we'll see about that. Anyway, see you people later.